Discipline is self-love. Discipline is freedom. Discipline is the key to success. Discipline is all you need in your life whenever you're trying to achieve something, whenever you're trying to believe something, whenever you're trying to grow. Discipline is everything. Discipline will protect you from yourself. Discipline will protect you from others. Discipline will protect you from doing things you don't want to do. Discipline will protect you from trying to be around people who are trying to force you to do things you don't want to do. Discipline is everything. It may not be pretty, but discipline is the best thing for anybody's life, especially as a man. Nobody's going to help you. Nobody's going to save you. Nobody's going to feel sorry for you. People think men are like bulletproof vests. Even though we take the bullet, we're not penetrable. Society has built men to be considered tough guys, lack of emotion, figure out all your problems, nothing should bother you, you should never complain, you should never cry, you should never feel sorry for yourself, you should never be broke, you should never be out of shape, you should never feel sorry for yourself. The list goes on what society says a man should be. But one thing I know about all this is it doesn't matter what you like or don't like about what society thinks. A disciplined man will be a successful man. A disciplined man will be a great man. A disciplined man will be an attractive man. A disciplined man will be a focused man. Discipline is everything. You said you wasn't going to watch porn anymore, but you're still doing it. That's discipline. You said you was going to work out 4 to 5 times a week, but you didn't. That's discipline. You said you was going to sleep 6, 7, 8 hours a night, but you haven't. That's discipline. You know, you might have came up with something you wanted to do. You might have came up with an idea. You might have came up with a plan. And obviously your intentions were to execute the plan, follow through with that idea. Hell, you might even want to go talk to a woman that you find attractive. People will say fear or self-doubt. That all can be eradicated with discipline. Because if you have fear, it's a feeling. It's like energy. It's emotion. It's emotions. It's energy and motion. You can just stop it and say, you know what? Through my fear, I'm going to be disciplined and go. And I'm going to follow through on that idea. I'm going to execute that plan. I'm going to go talk to that girl. Whether you're going to be rejected by her, whether your plan is not going to work, whether your idea is not a good one, you still follow through because you're possibly going to make mistakes anyway. But the discipline is going to keep you going and going and going. And then once you find that sweet spot, guess what's going to keep you riding that wave of success? Discipline. Discipline is going to save you from yourself. You don't want to eat good. You don't want to be on a healthy diet. It's boring. You're going to suffer the consequences later. What helps us not suffer those consequences? Discipline. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be something you enjoy, but it's something you have to do. Why? Because it's as if your life depends on it. Discipline is everything for a man. It doesn't matter how we feel, even though we have feelings. Everything about life as a man starts and ends with discipline. Men nowadays have 4 or 5 baby mamas. You're on child support. Your bank account is on zero. You don't even know what to do. You feel like quitting. You feel like giving up. Inflation is at an all-time high. Lifestyle inflation is at an all-time high. People don't want to live in the United States of America anymore, but they don't want to go abroad. They don't want to go to other countries because deep down, they kind of like living in the United States of America. This is where they're born. This is what they're accustomed to. This is what they're used to. Discipline put them in that situation. You're supposed to protect your seed. While you have 5 baby mothers, you have no money, first of all. Not only you're creating a broken home, you can't even fund each home. Whose fault is that? Discipline. It's your fault. Not just yours. It's the lady's fault too. But we're not talking about other people. As a man, what I always say, everything is my fault. Even if it's not, I will live a better life if I consider everything in my life to be my fault. It was a move that I made that put me in this situation. And if I would have not made that move, I wouldn't be in this situation. It's my fault. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But you have to accept this. Life is going to be difficult. Discipline will help it be a little bit easier. If you're stupid, you better be tough because life will show you how tough you really are. Alongside you being stupid, that could be catastrophic. But you better be as tough as you say you are if you're going to be stupid. Discipline will prevent you from being stupid even if you lack education. The smartest people in the world are not the most successful. The most disciplined people in the world are the most successful. That's just not about money. That's about everything. the company you keep, the type of woman you have in your life, the type of decisions you make, financially, physically, spiritually, emotionally. It's all discipline. Emotional intelligence, IQ, all this stuff, discipline is number one. Because you could be the smartest person in the world. If you don't have emotional intelligence, somebody can say something to you and you will make a decision, basically crash out, that will cost you your freedom. But the person who's disciplined will not crash out because they possibly have emotional intelligence, whether they're smart or not, whether their IQ is high or not. You know, people, it's IQ. People need to really dig deep on that IQ stuff. It's getting out of hand. EQ is more, the emotional quotient is more important than IQ. Discipline is even greater. You could be the smartest person based on your parameters. If you're not disciplined, it don't matter how smart you are. Somebody will outdo you in everything. If a man wants to be successful, if a man wants to have less chaos in his life, it's going to involve a lot of discipline. And I know a lot of men are going to hear this and say, oh, screw that. You know, I want to go party. I want to go have sex with women. I want to have 1,000 women. I want to, hey, do as you so please. I'm not here to tell you what to do because you're going to do it anyway. But a little bit of discipline goes a long way. So if you have a lot of discipline, you possibly have a chance to go even further. But do as you so please. I mean, have fun. Nobody's stopping you. Nobody's ever stopping anybody from doing anything. The only people that are stopped from doing what they want is people that allow themselves to stop themselves. You're stopped when you say stop, and you only go when you say go. Somebody else shouldn't tell you when to stop or go when it comes to your life. Like I always say, if you're not a criminal, don't worry about being judged. You're not going to prison. You're not going to jail for something bad. Somebody may not agree with what you do, but you're not going to serve any jail time. If you want to be successful, you're not going to prison for that. People might hate you or dislike you, have a little jealous towards you, but you're not going to go to jail for that. But discipline will be the reason why you achieve anything. Discipline will be the number one reason why anything in your life goes in your favor, works out for the best, or it's the complete opposite, is negative. Don't quit. As long as you're alive, don't quit. That's discipline. As long as you're alive, do the hard things to make your life easy. That's discipline. It's never about how you feel. It's never about what you think versus what it is, reality. If you don't know something, discipline will put you in a position to go and learn. If you don't like a certain situation, discipline will allow you to remove yourself from that situation. Learn from your mistakes. Accept that you're going to make mistakes. Accept that your lessons come from your losses. Accept that in the beginning it's going to be difficult. But so long as you stay the course, you shall be fine. Discipline. Discipline is everything. If we don't have discipline, we don't have freedom. People crash out and go to prison. They lose their freedom. Discipline. Freedom of speech, freedom of will, okay. You can feel free to do anything, but it's always a consequence to everything you do. So it's not free. The price you pay is the consequence. Discipline will keep you from paying a greater price than need be. But if you're arrogant, you're going to try to excuse all the facts in front of you because of your feelings, emotional intelligence. You lack discipline. It's not something for you to feel bad about because I'm saying this. I'm just trying to expose the harsh truth, especially when it comes to being a man. Discipline, because nobody's going to come and save you. Nobody's going to care for you when you're down bad or find yourself in a situation you don't want to be in. You know what people are going to sit there and think? Well, why did you put yourself in this situation in the first place? Because at the end of the day, like I stated before, somewhere down the line, society has built this idea that men are the problem for everything, or everything we go through is our fault. And I'm not here to tell you that that's right or wrong. I'm just here to remind you, so long as it's the way that people think, you're going to have to deal with that. So your best bet is to do what? Restrain from self-inflicted wounds. And how you do that is you have discipline.